guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to film a video that I've watched these for years and years. This is probably one of the most iconic videos on YouTube, and it's a what's in my handbag. I love these videos. I think it's because I'm nosy, but I'm also a massive handbag lover. Handbags are my addiction. I don't have an addiction with shoes. I'm not one of those that has hundreds of pairs of heels. I like trainers more than heels. I have a few pairs. I don't. My partner actually has more shoes than I do, but I have a lot of handbags. I only have two designer handbags, and they're not designer. They're not like high-end, really high. I have a Ted Baker and I have a Fiorelli. The others I have are either knockoffs or just from like Primark. But I went to Turkey in October and I knew I was going to pick up some counterfeit Louis Vuittons because I love Louis Vuitton as a brand. Not something I can personally afford, and they're not actually copies, and they're not fakes when you get them from Turkey, because Turkey have no counterfeit laws, so they actually can use the original patterns that the designers use, and they just make them with cheaper materials essentially. So I have one Louis Vuitton that was actually really expensive. I paid, I think it was like 1,500 Turkish lira, which equals to about £150 I spent on it, and it is my absolute pride and joy. It's one of the, I've had it next to the real thing, and there's not a single difference. It's just made with cheaper material, but it looks exactly the same. If you put them next to each other, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference until you touched them. So that's why I got that, spent so much. But the bag I've been using recently is a counterfeit Neverfull. I paid like £30 for it. It's still a pretty good copy, but I don't actually know if they do them in this print. I think they do. But yeah, it's got the red lining like the real one would. But I use this as my bag cross the very few bits that I need for Bailey. She's potty training presently, so she's wearing pull-ups as opposed to nappies. So she goes to the toilet more, which means I don't need to take anywhere near as much stuff out with me. If we're going out for a long period of time, I would probably take a separate bag for her with snacks, toys, the like in. But usually if we're going out just into our local town centre, to the supermarket, something like that, I'll just throw her tablet or a toy in here. If we're going to be out for more than a couple of hours, I'll throw a snack in if I'm not planning to get food whilst we're out. And I just carry the other essentials that are in here, plus a packet of wipes, because I don't actually have a pack of wipes in here, but I would always have a packet of wipes, and I will even once she's potty trained, because they are a mum's best friend. But yeah, not going on any further. This is not real. I'm not trying to say it is, but it just happens to be my favourite handbag at the moment because it is a Neverfull, essentially. It's the same size as I think this would be the GM. And I love it, and I'm glad I paid the money for it, and I don't care if everyone knows it's not real, because I'm not snobby or anything like that. So I am missing two things out of here, one being my, again, counterfeit Louis Vuitton card wallet, which just contains my debit card, my ID, my Waitrose card, and my Superdrug card. And I also keep a pouch in here that contains my nausea bands, because I suffer with travel sickness and frequent nausea, so I always have nausea bands with me, a hand sanitizer, hand cream, and a lip balm, and that's all that isn't in here. So there isn't very much in here at the moment, I must admit, but I'll show you what is. I have Bailey's woolly hat and her gloves. I have a spare pair of tights, because pull-ups, if you don't get them to the toilet in time and they go for more than one wee in them, they leak. And Bailey was wearing a dress at the weekend and she had tights on. I keep this pouch that I got in Home Bargains in festival season. They had a whole festival range. It's called the Bohemian Romance Zipper. I haven't even taken the tag off it. But in here I just keep Wet Ones citrus anti-bac wipes. I am a real germaphobe and I don't like going in public bathrooms, but if I have to, I will wipe the toilet down with one of these first, like just the seat that I'm going to sit on, and the flush before I flush, because people don't wash their hands after they go to the toilet and people are disgusting. I have a sanitary pad, and I have these that I got from Asda that I haven't actually used yet. These are sanitary disposal bags. They're essentially nappy bags, but they're fragranced and they're smaller to fit pads and tampons in, I presume, once they're used. So I have that. I have the My Waitrose letter that has the key fobs for my Waitrose card, because I only got it recently, and I just took the whole letter to the supermarket when we went. I have an asthma inhaler. I am still technically asthmatic. I haven't had an asthma attack in about 8-9 years. Definitely since I was at school. But I carry it just for safety, because you never know. I haven't ever had to use it when I've been out. But I carry it because it will be the one time I don't have it, I would have an asthma attack. This is my Cath Kidston shopper tote, like reusable shopping bag. I always carry this. I always forget to use it in paper bags, but I always have it. This is my big purse. This is a Ted Baker purse. Ty got me this for Christmas 2 years ago, the same time he got me my Ted Baker bag, and I love it. I love the print. I think it's gorgeous. And I like the inside here. It says, save a penny, pick it up, good luck. So, and in here just has all my other cards that I might need. And I put cash in here if I have cash. So in here currently I have an Amazon's card. I got a refund for a swimming costume. Some receipts. A Slimming World card that I no longer return. My Costa card, my Matalan card. My Ty & Bailey's e-hic cards, which are when you go to, while we're still in the European Union, when you go to Europe, it's your health card so that you can get free healthcare. The perfume shop card and a rewards card from my nail lady. I don't know any money in here, but I always carry this and my card wallet, because I take my card wallet just if I'm like just running into a shop, running out of Ty's car and I just need my ID and my debit card, I just run in, or I keep that because it's just easier to get out. Oh, and in the back, I've been looking for this everywhere, absolutely everywhere. This is my iPhone adapter, because I have the iPhone 7, it doesn't have the normal jack, so you have to have that. And then I have some the Instax camera. Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. Ty's nan has one, and she took some really lovely pictures of Bailey when her dog was still, Ty's nan's dog was still alive. So I keep them in there because he passed away last year and we miss him a lot. And they're also just really cute pictures of Bailey. So I just keep those in there for personal memories. And because if I put them anywhere else, they would get lost. With the bag, much the same as the real ones, you get this like little clutch pouch. You can unclip this and clip it onto the there's a D-ring in the bag and you can clip it onto that. I don't actually have anything in here at the moment, so this is what I put Bailey's snacks in quite often, like if I've just got like loose bars or anything. Or I sometimes use this like if I'm just running into a shop or I'm just popping down to the shop and I need to take more than just like what can fit in my pockets. I'll just put my phone, my keys and my little my card purse in here, but it is currently empty. I have a letter for Ty. You must have chucked that in there. I have a wrapper from the Maltesers truffle. You have to excuse me, I've got pins and needles in my leg. I have a notebook and I just keep, this is like what I just write like shopping lists. Like when we go to the supermarket, and I do like to have a notebook on me just to write things down in. If I get an idea or someone gives me a date and I haven't got my phone to hand, I'll just quickly jot. I don't actually have my pen in here though, I took it out the other night. And I have our temporary IKEA family card. We went to IKEA like 2 months ago now, and we didn't have a family card and we didn't realise you could get so much discount, so we got this and we've had the family card come through, but Ty keeps it. And then in the zip pocket I have, my nausea bands are actually in there. I have my nausea bands. These are Ty's nicotine minis. Ty is really trying to quit smoking. We both smoked. I smoked up until I was pregnant with Bailey. I'd smoked for a very long time up until that. I started smoking quite a young age. So I smoked until I fell pregnant with Bailey, and then I started again when she was 6 weeks old. I've now quit for 2 years. I didn't quit on my own. I did use a vape for a very long time, and then in June I lost it. I had it one morning in the house somewhere and I've lost it. We think Bailey's put it in the bin, or I'd put it in the bin or something. So I just went cold turkey at that point. But Ty is really struggling to quit. So he uses these when he needs to. And the last things I have in my bag are a Revolution lip kit. So this is the Rebel shade, I think it's called. Regal. 2 secs! Sorry, my daughter's in her room watching her tablet, must have died. I'll be there in 2 secs! So it's a Regal lip liner and the Regal liquid lip, and this is the red colour that I've been wearing a lot in my vlogs recently. And that is everything that I have in my handbag. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in our next one. Please like, comment and subscribe.